Good morning. I am Dr Periasamy, Head of the Department of Electronics and Communication. I am proposing a tech talk on renewable resources. The contents include introduction, what is a renewable resource, types of renewable resources versus non-renewable resources, special considerations, conclusion. In the introduction, the demand for renewable resource is increasing as the human population continues to grow. Energy created by renewable energy sources is considered virtually unlimited because of the ability of these resources to regenerate naturally. Renewable energy can lessen the strain on limited supply of fossil fuels, which are considered non-renewable resources. Using renewable resources on large scale is costly, and more research is needed to make them cost effective. Regardless of renewable nature of some resources, conservation efforts are important. Example where the water is concerned. What is renewable resource? A renewable resource is a resource that can be replenished naturally over time. As a result, it is sustainable despite its consumption by humankind. Renewable resources for the production of energy are considered especially important for their potential to replace non-renewable or finite resources. Additionally, renewable resources can offer cleaner energy solution than those provided by non-renewable resources such as coal and fossil fuels. Examples of renewable sources include sun, wind, water, geothermal, and biomass. Types of renewable resources are sun, wind, water, geothermal, and biomass. The sun. Sunlight is widely recognized renewable resource. In fact, it has been used throughout the human history to warm shelters, dry and cook foods, and heat water. Different technologies exist and continue to be developed to collect and convert solar radiation into heat energy that can be used for various purposes. For example, solar cells change sunlight into electricity. Depending on the number of solar cells in use, they can power small appliances or provide electricity for many homes. The challenge with using sunlight for our energy needs is that it can vary and at times be unreliable. The availability of sunlight depends on the time of day, existing weather condition, season of the year, and geographical location. Second one is wind. The wind has direct relationship to the sun. Daily winds result when the sun's heat is captured unevenly by the varying surfaces on earth, including oceans and other water masses. Air above the land heats up faster than air above water during the day when the sun is shining. That warm air expands and rises. Cool air takes its place. This creates wind. Windmills are used to capture energy and pump water from wells. They exist in some farming areas to provide livestock with water. Wind is also harnessed to produce electricity. Wind blows over blades in wind turbines. The blades turn, and that drives the electric generator. In turn, that generates electricity. Next, water. Hydropower is the energy produced by the water. It was easily renewable resource of energy even before it was used to generate electricity. Most of the nation's hydroelectricity is produced in facilities located at larger dams. Geothermal. Geothermal is a renewable resource that uses Earth's heat to generate power. Hot springs heated by earth have been used for centuries for bathing. Geothermal energy is used to generate electricity as well. Power plants for this purpose are built below the ground within approximately a mile of Earth's surface. The fifth one is biomass. Renewable organic products that produce energy are referred to as biomass. The process of photosynthesis uses energy from the sun to convert biomass resources into chemical energy. Biomass renewable sources include food, wood waste, agriculture crops, waste, municipal waste, including paper, cotton, food, and yard waste, and animal manure and sewage. Biofuel refer to the liquid fuels and blending components produced from the feedstock biomass material. Most biofuels are used as transportation fuel, but they also may be used for heating and energy generation. This renewable resource has become more prevalent in recent years as an alternative to non-renewable resources such as coal, oil, and natural gas. The next subtopic is a comparison between renewable sources and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources are those sources that can continue to exist despite being consumed, can replenish themselves over a period even they are used. They include sun, wind, water, geothermal, and biomass. Non-renewable energies are those energies that are considered finite due to the extremely long time it takes for nature to create them. Once depleted, they become unuseful. They include coal, natural gas, and oil. The disadvantage of renewable resources is that they may not be available for use when needed. For example, the ability to collect and use solar energy is limited at night when the sky is overcast. The continued availability of water depends on growing participation and weather condition. The advantage of non-renewable resources is that they are readily available now and the infrastructure for the use exists to produce power for demand. However, they have great negative environmental impact than renewable resources. The heat trapped by the carbon dioxide gas when the coal and oil are burnt contributes to the atmosphere rising temperature and global climate change. Third point, the renewable resource is considered as to have less negative impact on the environment than non-renewable resources. Activists, consumers, and government promote renewable energy as a way to alternate needed for the power without emissions that are warming the planet and threatening the life on earth. Non-renewable resources are considered to have high of negative impact on the environment than renewable resources. Special consideration. The number one is global trend towards renewable resources. Renewable resources have become focal point on the environmental movement both politically and economically. Energy obtained from renewable resources put much less strain on the limited supply of fossil fuels which are non-renewable resources. The problem with using renewable resources on a larger scale is that they are costly. In most cases, more research is needed to determine how to use them more cost effectively. Beyond their limited supply, energy sources such as fossil fuels damage the environment when produced and consumed, and they contribute global warming. Number two, incentives. The incentives can encourage the use of alternative energy. For example, energy taxes place a surcharge on fossil fuels This can make prices of renewable energy sources more competitive and attractive. As a result, people may be more inclined to use renewable energy. Also, the reward of renewable energy certificates act as an incentive to produce energy using green sources. Green funds, which are investments such as mutual funds, support eco friendly and sustainable companies by investing in them. These investments also help to produce environmental awareness. The third consideration is Kyoto Protocol. The Kyoto Protocol is an international agreement to reduce carbon dioxide emissions and greenhouse gases at the atmosphere. The essential tenet of the Kyoto Protocol is that industrialized nations need to lessen the amount of their CO2 emissions. The protocol was adopted in Kyoto, Japan in 1997 when greenhouse gases were rapidly threatening our climate, life on Earth, and the planet itself. Conclusion. Renewable resources include sun, wind, water, geothermal, and biomass. Renewable energy sources are natural resources that replenish themselves or exist continued basis. In the recent years, there have been special interest on the vital role they can play in the production of energy. They are also seen as having less negative impact on the environment. Of course, renewable resources were used for thousands of years before non-renewable energy sources such as coal are began to be used extensively in the 19th century. Due to finite nature of coal and oil, plus threat from the climate change, the world community is focused on the greater use of renewable resources to meet energy needs. Thank you for patience listening. Thank you.